Hello, everyone. Thanks for logging on to CBSColorado.com. Time now for a few extra minutes with Nuggets legend, Hall of Famer Dan Issel with us. And Dan, we were talking on Xfinity Monday Live. The Nuggets have never beaten the Lakers to get to the NBA Finals. So many legends, though, have truly walked those halls, whether it be Ball Arena or McNichols back then. But what would it mean for all of the players in Nuggets history if this team could break through and get to the finals?
You know, it would, and although we don't have anything to do with it anymore, we were once Nuggets. So I think it would be very important to all of us. And I ran into Michael, one of the games I went to this year. I was walking out, and Michael Malone's happened to be walking out with me, going out to the game. And I said, Michael, you can do this. You don't lose this thing, because you're good enough and you can be competitive with any team in the league. And so I really believe that. I believed it in the middle of the season. I certainly believe it now.
That's absolutely beautiful. I feel like a lot of people believe it, but let me ask you, a guy who's got such an eye, played the game, coached the game, why do you believe this team has it?
I think this is the most talented from top to bottom. I think this is the most talented team the Nuggets have ever had. Nicola's the best player this team has ever seen. And I think he has all the right parts. I think Jamal Murray is a perfect #2 guy that can shoot the ball. Michael Porter can do a myriad of things to help. And the role players, you know, when they get a chance, when they're called on, they perform. And so I think this is, top to bottom, the most talented Nugget team we've ever had.
And it does feel like this Nuggets team can certainly beat this Lakers team in a lot of ways, but let's just flip it to the other side of the coin. What are the biggest challenges the Lakers are going to give Denver in this series?
I think transversely, you know, Anthony Davis is going to give you numbers. You know, LeBron James is going to be one of the best players that's ever played the game. So those two, what you can't do if you're the Nuggets is you can't let somebody else, D'Angelo Russell, you can't let somebody else have a huge night or a huge series and sway it to where your players who you think are better are not winning games because you're letting somebody unexpected beat you.
So, and does that come down to role players just matching up well on role players, or are you going to have to move Jokic at any point, move Jamal at any point?
Yeah, I think, again, you know, you can't let LeBron score 50 points,
yeah.
but you know he's going to have a good game, and you know Davis is going to have a good game. So you don't overthink it. Don't start over-coaching and saying, well, we're going to make this adjustment so we can stop LeBron. We're going to make this adjustment to stop Davis, and then you let somebody else go crazy.
Right.
Because no matter what adjustments, great players are going to make great contributions no matter what adjustments you make.
Absolutely. Let's talk about some of those role players. I mean, you've had Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. What an addition he's been. Bruce Brown, even Christian Brown. I mean, which role player has impressed you the most and do you think could have the biggest impact in this series?
Bruce Brown. I didn't know Bruce. I met him. The Nuggets, you know, roll out us old guys every once in a while for season ticket events and things like that. So earlier this year, I met Bruce. I'd never met him before. And just a delightful young man, terrific. But he's one of those guys that, well, I mean, when he gets an opportunity, he comes through.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like Michael throws him out there and expects maybe he's going to be good. Maybe he knows when he puts him in the game, he's going to make a contribution. So I think Bruce Brown's been the most impressive role player this year.
As a coach, since a guy who's coached, how important is that for you when you know you got a guy that you can just put him out there and he's going to make the most of whatever he's given?
Yeah, it's and you need people like that. You can't have 12 guys that are the guy. You need, and those guys were important. Maybe even more so because when you had your stars, you knew what they were going to give you night in and night out. And it was important when you put the role players in that they gave you a contribution. And a lot of times, Rami, it comes down to having people with good character who aren't going to sit over on the bench and pout because they're not getting 25 minutes a game. They have a good attitude, and if they play 5 minutes or they play 30, they're going to give you their very best effort.
You know, you mentioned that, and Michael Malone has stressed this over and over again, and you see this every time on the Nuggets, a really unselfish group. He even said it again today. Everybody's bought into that. How hard is it, though, to get a group to really buy into that? You know, you play your role, you get what you get.
It's tough. It really is tough. And, you know, I've used this line before. If you took a poll of the NBA players and said, would you rather win the game or be the highlight on ESPN, 75% of them would take the highlight. And it's important that, and I think that's what makes Jokic so special. Yeah. He two-time reigning MVP. He lost it to Embiid this year. Embiid was out there, you know, kind of, you know, telling people, I'm the MVP. Nikola could care less. He just wants to play basketball. And so I think it starts with him. And when your best player has that attitude, then it's real easy to get the rest of the guys to buy in.
Absolutely. Well, what an exciting series we have coming up. Nuggets and Lakers tipping off Tuesday night at Ball Arena, and what a thrill for us to have Dan Issel, the legend himself, joining us. Dan, thank you so much for taking the time. This has been such an honor.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed it.
We enjoyed it so much. We hope to have you back maybe when we're talking about the Nuggets in the finals.
There you go. There you go.
Mark it down right now, guys. Thanks for joining us. We will see you next time.